Back live, Gary Mazeroff, Gustavo Farel, Jose Cruz, about to embark on the second broadcast of the day, ladies singles. Michelle Key, USA versus Carla Munoz, Chile. And a couple things, folks. We have the video assist review system intact here, Gustavo, because it's the quarterfinals for the ladies. Secondly, we discussed cord hinders in the last match, and Edwin specifically raised his hand because he thought it was a wet ball. And it's not standard across the organization's cord hinders. We have designated and undesignated cord hinders. The camera is on the front wall, is that accurate?
No.
No.
No
Okay.
camera, front wall.
No camera.
Yep.
So where there's a camera on the front wall, if it hits it, it's an automatic cord hinder. Here we don't have one, so there are no designated cord hinders.
First serve, unforced error, jammed to the feet. Quick, good serve by Michelle, 35 years of age, from Phoenix, Arizona. Been playing racquetball, she told me, since she was born, through her parents.
Karen and Daryl, hello. Gilbert, Arizona, Phoenix suburb.
Side out. 1-1.
Also, hello to Danielle, her sister, also an elite racquetball player.
Carla is 32 years of age, from Chile. And she has numerous medals, too, as juniors and in women's competition. She's number 10 on the LPRT Pro Tour currently. Concepcion, Chile is where Carla was born, now living in Chihuahua, married to Alan Natera. And they will be playing, as I understand, in the World Championships
in San Antonio
as a team.
Yeah. San Antonio, Texas, USA, coming up late August. First time since 1996 that the Worlds will be in the USA. Phoenix, Arizona, that's the last site in the USA.
2-1.
You and I were both there. You as a player, myself as a coach and broadcaster.
Piso, cambio, iguales 2.
So that ball hit the third wall, the right side wall on a fly, folks. Fault serve, second serve, 2 serves in racquetball. Probably, my perspective, ill-advised shot selection by Carla. That's a gift for the server, Key.
Lindo tiro, lindo splat, pinch, kind of in the middle there, right?
Combo, sidewall, front wall, bottom line, successful.
Point, Key, 4-2. La veo más concentrada hoy a Michelle que ayer cuando estaba jugando mixto dobles con Bredenbeck, Sam.
This is a revancha match for Key, having gone down to Team Chile in mixed yesterday, the final match of the day, about an hour-and-a-half match in 5 sets.
It was a good one. Se conocen bien las jugadoras, amigas, competidoras. Buena bola, le salió.
Looking back to see if she should appeal, and the answer is no. 2 usable appeals. If there's no change or they replay it, then it's not a used appeal.
3-5.
Use, but don't abuse the pinches. Too many combos left up in the middle of the court.
Ayer Carla perdió enfrentando a María José Vargas, número 1 en el LPRT y número 2 sembrada en este torneo, atrás de Natalia Méndez. También al principio muchos errores no forzados, después se tranquilizó y le sacó un set a Munoz, le sacó un set a Vargas. Vargas le ganó 3-1 ayer.
Second serve, Munoz, 1 point deficit. Key had an opportunity to hit an offensive shot, elected to be defensive. It paid off. Carla tried to do too much with that last shot from deep court. Shot selection, fine, just didn't execute. Took it out of the air with the backhand, put it into the floor. Difficult shot, but she certainly has the skill set to be effective with it. So there's a timeout on the floor. Let's watch the last point, folks.
Backhand by Munoz.
Did everything correctly except finish the point in her favor.
And she was going for that pinch on the left side. It was the right shot.
Let's stay here. So let's review court hinders. Pre-match orientation, Gustavo. As an official, we go over the ground rules, ask if there are any questions, make sure it's a safe environment, and if there are any designated court hinders. On the other 3 courts, we have the VAV, as in Victor AR system. Some of the cameras may be on the front wall. So if the ball hits that, that's designated, regardless of the outcome of the bounce. Here we don't have that.
And what's interesting on that, too, is that can be appealed all the way to the end of the rally, different than the way the appeal system is now.
Good point.
We'll explain that.
Munoz.
5-6.
Reverse, great serve.
Para arriba.
She was there.
Sí.
Ball left up, unfortunately, didn't get her racket on it, so Carla ties it up.
Igual es 6.
Ball exploded at the feet of Key. Point Munoz. Let's watch the replay. There's a timeout on the floor.
Al lado derecho, llega aquí. Otra vez, piso del lado izquierdo por parte de Michelle.
So we're going to stay here again. When we return to live play, Munoz will have a 1-point lead. Wet balls now under court hinders. In the on the International Racquetball Tour, there's 1 wet ball call. Only the first surface the ball hits off the front wall can qualify as a wet ball hinder. Other than that, everything goes. That's not true with IRF and U.S. rules. The determination of the head official is if he or she thinks there's an unfair bounce, they can stop play and award a dead ball hinder, reverts to first serve.
Se lo voy a traducir ahora en español después de este punto. 7-6. Cambio. Pelota mojada entre las reglas de el IRF, Racquetball, la federación, y en USAR no es permitido si el juez, el árbitro, dice que fue pelota mojada que afectó el bote o el tiro.
Votable hinder call there. Errant forehand by Key, didn't get out of the way. Munoz serving, 1-point lead again.
En el tour, solamente la primera superficie que vaya a pegar la pelota al servir es lo que puede ser considerado como pelota mojada. Después de eso, todo se juega. Esas son las diferencias de las reglas.
Pure pass left side, straight in, straight back, out of the reach of Key. 2-point lead, 2 points from capturing game one. Carla Munoz representing Chile. Short. I think we mentioned the other day, Gustavo, that Carla and her spouse, Alan, plan to move back to Santiago to promote the sport of racquetball, utilize the beautiful facility they built for the Pan Ams.
Ahí con nuestro compañero Álvaro Yáñez, que también va a estar disponible para ayudar. Buena bola. Saludos, Álvaro.
Saludos, Álvaro Yáñez. Racquetball Academy. That was a splat shot winner by Key with the forehand. Side wall, front wall, 2 bounces quickly. Straight up, straight down return by Michelle. Great return to serve by Carla. Cleared her opponent out. And now we have game point number 1 for the young lady representing Chile. Ball live, left side, Key. Play stop there, Gustavo. Good call.
Yes.
Lilo Aguilar is our head official, assisted by Ivan Valdez. Speaking of Samuel Murray, he'll be up next here on show court.
10-8. Servicio para el set de Munoz. Set está fuerte. Punto. Vamos a repetir, mostrar ese último punto.
Different twist on that serve, Gustavo. She went with the drive Z, which she hadn't done for a while.
Buen servicio.
Paid off. A dividend in her favor. Game point.
Vamos a un comercial. Regresamos en un minuto.
We're live again from Guatemala City. Gary, Gustavo, and Jose about to embark on game 2. Carla Munoz, Chile, 1 set. Michelle Key, USA 0. It's the best of 5. Rally scoring under the IRF banner. Win by 2.
Empecemos el segundo set, 0-0. Muñoz, servicio fuerte. Lado izquierdo, lado del vidrio, el cristal. Empieza rápido Michelle entrando a servir con el primer punto de este set. Va a ir con un globo, medio globo.
So her head coach, Pablo Faje, told her to be a little more conservative now. Don't waste your energy on hitting fault serves. So she hit normally a second serve half lob, but it didn't produce a point.
It was short. It was way short.
1-1, game 2. Reverse. Oh my. Entire court available for Munoz. Put it into the floor.
Estaba atrapada ahí Michelle, no podía salir de la esquina y erró el tiro Munoz.
She made up for it on that return of serve. That loose high lob. She wanted to nick the side wall, did not get that nick.
2-2.
Drive Z again, Gustavo? Or is she going to come behind herself here? Drive behind her. Drive Z. Three in a row. Make that 4.
Good patience.
1970s. Rich Wagner versus Charlie Brumfield.
Ventaja Key, 3-2. Mucho jugador joven no se espera, no quiere esperar, quiere tirar todo fuerte. Michelle con más experiencia ahí en ese último tanto. Iguales 3. La pelota gearbox permite ahora el techo, que había desaparecido muchos años por la pelota siendo tan rápida.
Great serve right side. Location along that right side wall. Empate 3-3, game 2. Did not reach it. Great feet by Key on that return of serve, Gustavo.
So commenting on what we saw yesterday on the mixed open, the gearbox ball really has allowed the power play. Now all players, men and women alike, can intervene in good racquetball. Before, I think with the ball as fast as it was distinctly an advantage to those who had more power, typically men. Would have been hard for the women to play the mixed.
Yeah.
Back several years ago before the gearbox black was introduced.
Well said. Munoz serving, drive. Up top. Carla stayed in that point. Was able to end the rally in her favor.
6-4. Key frustrada con sí mismo.
10 seconds to put it in play. Another skip. We'll watch the last point on the replay, and then we'll take a break. When we come back, Carla enjoys a 3-point lead.
Un punto bien corrido por parte de las dos. Y otro error no forzado a la esquina izquierda. Bueno, regresamos después de un breve comercial.
And we're back live. Gary, Gustavo, and Jose talking women's singles here. We're talking about 1970s racquetball. Gearbox Black allows more ceiling games, defensive shots. I alluded to Rich Wagner versus Charlie Brumfield. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Shannon Wright versus Jennifer Harding.
Yes. Good memory, Gary.
Huh? Thank you, buddy. Key. Michelle Key with a key opportunity there, and she cashed in. So good timeout, valuable timeout. She does not have another timeout in this set. Carla still has her one.
Interesting statistic. Ms. Key is the tallest woman player here in this tournament. 5 feet 10 inches. 1.78 mide Michelle.
So now Carla. Not sure what she's doing. If she awarded a
timeout.
Okay. Yeah, because she's changing her glove. She has to use her player timeout. She doesn't have any left. Michelle is electing to stay on the court. We're going to stay here on the court as well. So
that's another difference in our USAR versus the IRF rules on the glove, right?
No.
Must take a timeout.
Correct. Now, if you have an official that knows the rules, that's accurate. But as we know, many people don't know the rules, or they don't enforce them.
But that's the rule.
Correct. Now, difference between IRF and U.S. racquetball, if one strings break, racket strings, it's an official timeout. U.S., if there are available timeouts for the players, they have to use one of them.
Interesting.
Until such time they've exhausted all of them.
I didn't know that. But not the case with the glove then.
Correct, because the glove is not a mandatory piece of equipment.
Gotcha.
So Carla stops the proverbial bleeding, comes in, ends that rally. And what do we have? 8-7.
Another point with this ball that you can actually almost push the ball to the front wall, and it's not going to come back as fast as you think. Very hard to retrieve, as that was for Michelle, being behind the short line. Ball had bounced 3 times already.
Thank you, Gearbox. Thank you, Splathead. Thank you, Sports Corp, for being our main sponsors. Pan Am Sports Channel, International Racquetball Federation Broadcast Networks.
Vamos a 9-7 en este segundo set. Ronda de 8 aquí. Panamericanos, Guatemala.
You mentioned Michelle's the tallest lady on in the tournament. Advantage there because she was able to dig out that beautiful drive serve deep left.
She's got a great reach.
Game point number 1 for Munoz here in the second set.
Munoz has to motor further to get there. Short serve, good call. Pelota corta, segundo servicio.
Michelle could have stopped had that been not a false serve call. She could have stopped and appealed it. But you can only appeal yours and your opponent's previous shot. Oh, snap forehand winner. Key stays in the game.
Nicely done, Michelle.
8-10 game 2. Michelle needs to win the next 2 rallies to force overtime in this second game. Nick lob. Now she needs 1 more to force overtime. It's 9-10.
Se le abrieron bien los ojos a Carla ahí y erró su oportunidad.
Overtime, folks. Sobre tiempo, señor.
Tiempo extra. Sobre tiempo.
Nick lob number 3 here. Cost her. Not enough depth on that Nick lob. And Nick grazes the either side wall deep in the court. That wasn't deep, Gustavo.
I was waiting for you to say that, Gary, before I did. Well said.
Great get by Carla. Wow. Impresionante, senor. Let's watch the last rally, folks. When we come back, it'll be 2-0 in favor of Munoz from Chile.
Great get here by Munoz. Rolls it down the left side glass. Vamos a ir a un comercial.
Una salida doble con doble. Ahora sí se prepara para la salida. Y se lleva la medalla de oro.
And we're back live, Gary, with Gustavo and Jose. This is game number 3, ladies singles. Theme for today, Gustavo, win or go home. Good start for Key here.
And that will happen if Michelle doesn't take a game here. She will be at least not going home, but only playing
That's a metafora, yeah.
mixed doubles out of the women's singles if she loses here. Carla continually puts the pressure on Michelle, and even though she's able to get a racket on the ball, she's not in a good position. Comment you were making earlier that Carla does a better job of getting in position to take the shots. Pelota corta.
That's an appealable call. She could stop play and use one of her 2 available. I just pitch it in. Put it into the floor.
She backed Michelle. She had her behind her. All she had to do, and it didn't have to be a perfect shot, really. It's just pinch, hit the front wall, maybe a foot, 2-3 feet high would have been all she needed to do.
Wow. Kudos to Michelle. Oh. That ball looked legal. The call is good shot, side out, point for Michelle.
Slippery.
So,
let's play that again. Carla's asking for the cleaning crew to step in. Adelante, la repetición. José Cruz. Servicio, lado derecho, la cancha, derecha.
great tracking of that last shot. Carla made a great shot. Hit a wide angle that came around, and Michelle just kept following it.
Ahí no sé si vieron, pero se resbaló y por eso pidió que entraran en el replay. Se vio. Sí, la cancha se está calentando rápidamente y el día también. Estamos a 11:30. Daylight Rocky Mountain Standard Time in the U.S.
There's it again.
Otro error de Key.
She's not being successful with that near side backhand. Maybe she needs to go to another shot.
3-2.
Hit down the line, wide angle, the other side. Quien sabe? Fajare would know. Great serve. Setup. Tom Travers, where are you, my friend?
That serve brought her that third shot. Nicely done, Carla.
That's the serve she used to close out game one. 4-2, Munoz in control.
Well, I'm glad to hear Mr. Travers didn't join you last night, so hopefully I'll be able to see him a little later in the week. Nice serve, nice serve. Deep.
Ball live. Oh, nice. So Munoz pulls a Kobe, runs around her backhand, keep deep court, and reverses a winner into the left corner.
The pinch against the glass, sometimes you don't see the ball until it's actually going to or coming off the front wall.
3-point spread here. Another skip. We see the same body language from Michelle that we did in the tiebreak last night. Hopefully she can regroup and get back in this match. We're going to stay here. Watch the last point, folks. Munoz. Not much you can say other than execution.
She had good form. She had everything just right. Just didn't execute.
Folks, you're watching Racquetball on the world stage here in Guatemala City. This is the 35th Pan Am Racquetball Championships. First one, 1987 in Caracas in Venezuela. Michelle Key anticipating the serve by Carla Munoz. Carla leads in the third set, 6-2.
6-2.
You see the little different protocol by Michelle there. She poached before even Carla even hit that drive Z. She poached a little left so she could take it off the short hop.
Poached quiere decir anticipó.
Another point. Timeout, Carla. Let's watch that last point.
Poaching viene de ¿qué? ¿Qué deporte? ¿Qué viene de? Where does poaching come from, the word?
Well, racket sports number one. As a baseball player, cheating in one direction. football the same. Linespersons moving in one direction, and as you said, anticipation. You tell me if there's another route for that term.
I think it was back when the settlers were coming in. They were poaching their wares.
Oh, nice. I like that.
That's where it came from.
And so I'm going to be sarcastic like I normally am and ask you, was it Rocky Mountain Daylight Standard Time or Standard Daylight Time?
Well, we'll take it either way.
Little levity never hurt, folks. Carla Munoz, Chile, anticipating the serve from Michelle Key, USA. Both players have used their one timeout for this particular game. 4-6, second serve. Nick Lobb up top. Forehand up top. Ball live. Oh my. Michelle got away with that. Carla anticipated that sidewall, front wall combo. Michelle was able to end the rally. 5-6, game 3. Diana Aguilar from San Luis Potosí is our head official. I should say she's doing the video. No, she is.
Good
She's
get.
our head official. Oh my. Yvonne Valdez is doing the video assist. Point. Munoz. 7-5, third set. Murray Miranda next up here on the show court. Sidewall, front wall combo winner. Fist pump. Munoz inching closer. Having the support of her teammate, Paola Mancilla.
So poaching in its direct translation talks about doing something that's illegal in trade or taking from someone, stepping into an area that's not yours, a piece of land, using it for, you might be hunting, you might be selling something there, taking something that's not yours. So it is used correctly in what you say. Now,
taking territory that isn't yours. Good point. Thank you. Learning. Theme of the day, day 2 here.
8-5.
Great clear by Carla. Ball live. Munoz deep. Sidewall, front wall winner, folks.
I'll tell you what, Michelle has great reach. She really does. Her ability to move around the court does an excellent job. Just not putting the ball down, and Carla keeps staying after it until she has her opportunity, and she did just there. 9-5. 9-5.
Drive Z coming. Uncanny. You try and do too much with it, and you think the ball's down and your opponent retrieves it, and you try and do too much with it. That time, congratulations, Michelle. She put it away, so it's 6-9, game 3.
Impressive.
Loose Nick Lobb gave Carla an opportunity to shoot it, and she was successful with that. backhand into the left corner. Match point number 1, Munoz. Winner earns a spot in the semis. Not yet. 7-10.
That was flat. Backhand down the line. Lado izquierdo de la cancha.
Another defensive serve here. She needs to lift it and get more depth. No, she goes half lob. Good call. Oh. Oh, front wall, sidewall, kiss winner. 8-10.
Le salió perfecto. Crack rollout.
Will Michelle force overtime here, Gustavo? It's 8-10. Half lob. Carla shoots it. Keeps it in the power zone of Michelle. Michelle puts it away now. 1 point from forcing overtime.
She's been in every game. She just hasn't been able to get to the magical win number.
Comes right side. Oh, wow. Impresionante, senor. Overtime, folks. What a treat here. Neither player has a timeout. If they call it, it's delay of game. It would be a technical. Half lob left. Set up, backhand. Up top. '70s. Oh, unfortunately, wallpaper ball against the glass in favor of Carla. Carla now has match point again.
Mala suerte ahí el vidrio. Difícil de ver la pelota. De acá afuera se ve muy fácil, pero adentro de la cancha, saber exactamente la distancia entre la pelota y el vidrio no es fácil.
Delay here.
11-10.
Ball live. There it is. Carla Munoz, Chile. 3 sets over Michelle Key, USA. 0. Wrap it up, Gustavo.
Vamos a
Watch the last point here.
Repetición. Llegó bien Muñoz. Tiro de la pared atrás. Buen tiro. Llega fácil Muñoz. 3 botes antes de llegar en la línea. Y este partido de octavos, quarterfinals en inglés, las chicas juegan hasta mañana. Carla jugaría en la semifinal mañana. Ahora sigue un partido de hombres. ¿Quién sigue, Gary?
Miranda, Argentina, y Murray, Canadá. This will be a round of 16. And we'll be back in about 10 minutes. Thank you for tuning in. You're on the Pan Am and IRF networks.